This is the office chair I was coveting. It's a Herman Miller and it costs about as much as your rent. But since dropping that kind of dough wasn't in the cards for me, I decided to try out a new brand that might be able to offer me comfort through multiple adjustments and some minimalist style, so I settled on the Vertu ErgoAdapt Pro chair. A couple of unique features of this chair also helped me make my decision. It comes with a headrest and an extendable leg rest too, essentially converting this chair into a lounger. But I experienced extremely long ordering and shipping times, and it took months to arrive, so should you be concerned?
I'm Erin from Tech Gadgets International, and in this review I'll talk about what the chair is like to use, how it can be adjusted, what's involved in assembling it, and whether I think it's a good chair for me and potentially for you.
Before you'll get to enjoy it, you do need to unpack and assemble this chair. Now, inside the large box, there are a lot of parts and pieces. Some of them are obvious, and then there's a whole bunch of smaller boxes in there too. But fortunately, once you get everything laid out, the instructions are really clear, and the chair came together easily in about 30 minutes, and as a bonus, the tools were even included. With everything assembled, it was time to test it out. With everything assembled, it's time to test it out. The Vertu ErgoAdapt Pro chair features a mesh back, which is quite common for office chairs, and that probably started back with my much coveted Herman Miller chair. While some folks prefer the extra padding a lot of gaming chairs offer, mesh chairs like this one are more breathable and allow some airflow to keep you at an even temperature. The chair also has a mesh headrest as well as a 7-centimeter thick cushion for the seat, which feels quite firm but still comfortable.
Before you get truly comfortable in this chair, you'll have a few adjustments to make, and there is plenty to play with. Almost every aspect and angle of this chair can be adjusted, so it's going to be perfectly suited for you.
First, the seat slides forward or back, and you can of course adjust the height up or down within about a 5-centimeter range. Combined with the auto lumbar tech and reclining options, you might have to fiddle around with the chair before you find a really good position that gives you long-term comfort. The chair comes with a gas lift that's made in Korea, and a sturdy gas lift allows the chair to lift on its own or to settle gently. The 5-wheel base provides ample support for the chair, capable of holding about 300 pounds, and of course it has full motion on wheels. One of the main highlights of the chair is that auto lumbar tech, which helps the chair mold to your body's contours a little better. The headrest can also automatically adjust too as you lean back, and you can tilt it up or down and adjust its height as well. You can also really relax in this chair thanks to the extendable footrests. The design of these is actually kind of genius. What looks like an extremely flimsy piece of fabric will slide out from beneath the seat and unfold to support your legs. The first time I saw this, I thought there was no way it was going to hold my legs up without snapping, but the plastic construction and the tight joints actually feels quite sturdy, and I do love this feature.
Overall, if you need a mesh chair with all sorts of customization options without sacrificing so much on comfort, the Vertu ErgoAdapt Pro will likely leave you with a good impression, especially compared to a typical no-name office chair.
Let's check out both the pros and the cons of this chair. On the pro side, I like the design, and it definitely punches above its weight when it comes to looks. It was easy to assemble and feels quite durable. I love the fact that pretty much everything on it is adjustable, so I can dial in my comfort. All the components and levers move smoothly. So what are the potential downsides? Some folks may not love the idea you have to assemble this chair yourself, but that's kind of par for the course with this type of chair. I suppose any other potential downside could be the fluctuating price. Regularly priced at $6.99 US, it's very spendy for a small brand alternative to an iconic office chair. Fortunately, I have seen it on much lower sale prices, and I do think those are a little more fair, particularly given this chair comes only with a basic 1-year warranty. I will also point out the chair took nearly 4 months to arrive. From my initial emails in August, it took a month just to get a tracking number, and my follow-up inquiries went unanswered for weeks. This definitely makes me concerned about future orders.
The Vertu ErgoAdapt Pro does feel like a solid chair, but the company may have had to cut some corners on materials or on the mesh, which may or may not become apparent until after a few months of use. After having this chair for only about 3 weeks, I am happy with it for now, but I will want to check back in on this review after a year or so to see how the components and the materials are holding up. Tricking out your home office is always a good idea, particularly if you spend a lot of time there. Check out some ways you can add to your space, including smart lights and high-performing monitors right now.